If you do not know me, I am Cherry Twitty-Hawkins, your faith igniter, inspiring you to live your God-inspired purpose, embrace your identity in Christ, and rock your faith like a boss. I am the CEO of Charity's Inspirational Creations and the author of Living Your God-Inspired Purpose. And I just wanted to jump on and do a quick parenting tip, a quick lunchtime parenting tip. Now, I want you to think about when you were growing up. Did you have people in your lives that were speaking certain things into you? I'm pretty sure you did, whether they were negative or they were positive. And I want you to think about how that affected you as a person, as you were growing up and as you thought of yourself as a child, as a teenager, and onto an adult. Now, as parents, we have a big responsibility with raising our kids. And sometimes we're not really intentional about that. We need to learn to be intentional about our parenting rather than just parenting a certain way because, well, that's how my mom did it. That's how my dad did it. That's how my grandma did it. Does not necessarily mean that that is correct. Because a lot of times, excuse me, growing up, the people that raised us, they did not necessarily compliment us. They said stuff like, and I hear people saying it now, oh, they just bad. Oh, why you so stupid? Oh, you getting on my nerves. And we say that stuff to our kids over and over, and we're putting that into them. The words we say to our children, that really becomes their inner dialogue. So I really want you to think about that. When you're saying stuff to your kids, especially when it's something negative, you're speaking that into your kids. And then we wonder, why they keep acting this way? Because you keep speaking it into them instead of saying something positive and showing them the correct way to do whatever it is that you feel like they're doing wrong. So be intentional about speaking life into your children. Something that I'm very intentional about and have to constantly remind myself to do is to tell my children that I love you. And some people think that mothering and nurturing and all those things, they come naturally, but a lot of this stuff we have to practice. It has to become a habit. Hello, Miss L. Thomas. Thank you so much for joining in and watching. And I have to constantly remind myself, tell your children you love them. I'll be driving to school and it'll pop up in my head and I'll say it right then because I don't want to forget. I say, Jeremiah, Journey, Josiah, I love y'all. And I do it so constantly now that they're used to it. If I say Jeremiah, Journey, Josiah, then they say, I love you too. Because some of us, we were not told that we were loved when we were growing up. People just assumed. That reminds me of the movie Fences. When his son was like, I don't even think you like me. He was like, my job is not to like you. And you want your children to feel like that you love them and that you like them. So when you're criticizing them, think about the way that you're saying it. There's a way to criticize and correct in love rather than do it in a negative and demeaning way. So that's my challenge for you today, to think about how you're speaking to your children. What type of life are you speaking into them? When you're saying stuff to them, is it negative or is it positive? It does not have to be demeaning just because you're criticizing them. You can criticize, what they say, constructive criticism. You can do it in a positive way. And I know a lot of us, we speak negatively to our children because we have that same inner dialogue, within ourselves. So that's why I really want to inspire us, especially as moms, but as dads, guardians as well, that we need to work on healing ourselves. Okay? I want you to think about that. The thoughts that you tell yourself on a constant basis. Are you telling yourself you're not good enough? Are you telling yourself you're never going to get this right? Are you telling yourself you'll never succeed? Because a lot of times when you feel that way about yourself, you speak that and project that onto your children. So if you need any help with that, any help with healing your inner dialogue, please be sure to send me a message, a direct message, or a post in the comments below, because it's very important that we heal ourselves so that we can raise children who are healed and know how to heal themselves as well. So guys, that is your purpose push for today. Your parenting purpose push, I will say, is to think about the life that you're speaking into your children and be intentional about praising them at least 2 times as much, if not 3 times as much, as you are criticizing them. And be specific with your praise. Don't just say good job all the time. For those of us who have younger kids right now, you know, I have a 3-year-old and I'm often praising him, you know, for every little thing. And I'm like, good job, but I have to start being more specific. So be specific with your praise, you know. You did really good with your handwriting. I'm very proud of you for I'm very proud of you for doing well in school today with your behavior, for following instructions. You made that bed very well. You know, things like that. Be more specific with your praise and be sincere. Don't just say it just to say it. You want your children to know that you really appreciate them and the efforts that they put out to become better kids and eventually, you know, wonderful adults that you have raised. All right, guys, if you have any questions, if you're just jumping on, please catch the replay. And please don't forget to share this with all your friends, with your mom, your dad friends. You know, if you have any grandmas or grandpas that are raising kids, uncles, aunts, whatever, any guardians, please share this with them so that we can start being really intentional about saying positive things to our kids, telling them that we love them, that we appreciate them, that they are fearfully and wonderfully made, that they are beautiful children of God, that no matter what they do, we will love them and be there for them. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Y'all take care and have a wonderful evening, afternoon, as it is here in Houston, Texas, or morning, wherever you are in the world. All right, guys. Take care.